Fox News senior political analyst. Brit, good to see you tonight. What goes through your mind as you listen to Adam Schiff and you sort of think back on what the founders meant by impeachment?
Well, Martha, it's probably worth noting here that in the first 185 years of this republic, we had one presidential impeachment. In the past 45 years, we have had impeachment efforts 3 times against presidents. It is clear to me, and I think it would be to almost any constitutional scholar, that impeachment was not intended to be just another weapon in the political arsenal of the warring parties. It was intended to be rare, drastic, and invoked in extraordinary circumstances. Adam Schiff suggested as much there. People can make what they will of his argument about how extraordinary these circumstances are, but when he says we're not supposed to get used to this, I don't think the framers intended us for impeachments to be such common things that we get used to them. The case against Richard Nixon, which was actually an impeachment inquiry that never came to an impeachment because he resigned under the weight of evidence and the fact that he was going to be impeached and almost certainly to be convicted because a bipartisan group of politicians in both houses were ready to carry that out. That set a high standard and matching what I think the framers had in mind. Yeah. The Bill Clinton impeachment, it seemed to me, was a closer call. He was clearly guilty of perjury and arguably, therefore, of obstruction of justice, which is a crime, and one might say a high crime. But it was about a matter that was not a matter really of state in the way you think of the national interest and so on. And as a result, he didn't really get close to being convicted in the Senate. And you could make a pretty good case, looking back on it, that maybe that impeachment shouldn't have happened, and it began to define impeachment down. Yeah. And now here we are on a matter on which, as a factual matter, nobody agrees, and on the seriousness question, we don't know of a single senator that would vote now to convict.
Yeah, I mean, it does run the danger of becoming a political weapon, so that, whenever you don't get the outcome you want in an election, you sort of start this process rolling to see if you can get rid of the guy or the woman in another way. I want to put up this by Jonathan.
Yeah, and Martha, I just want to correct myself on one thing. I said a single senator. I meant, of course, a single Republican senator. They're the majority, and you'd need 20 or so of them in order to have any hope of a conviction.
Okay.
Sorry about
that. Yeah. Here's Jonathan Turley, who we're going to hear from tomorrow. I think it's interesting that they're using tomorrow with 4 constitutional attorneys. And the whole purpose of all of this at this point, Brit, I think, is to try to persuade people one way or the other. So, I mean, everybody's going to watch 3 attorneys that have been chosen by the Democrats, 1 who was chosen by the Republicans. And this is Jonathan Turley. So here's perhaps a little snippet of his thinking. He says the framers expressly warned against lowering the impeachment standard to a mere discretionary option for any party that happens to be in control of the Senate. That's what interpreting bribery to include any action viewed as offering public acts of some personal or political purposes would do. All politicians, he writes, are self-dealers who use their offices to advance themselves politically. That doesn't make their acts criminal or impeachable. What do you think?
Well, I think it's worth noting, by the way, that while I guess the Republicans wanted Jonathan, whom I've known for a long time, and I think you have too, Martha, to testify, he's a Democrat. But he's been skeptical of Democratic efforts before. He was a skeptic of Clinton. But, I think he's worth listening to on this. It's his field. But he will be outnumbered, I suspect, 3-1 by the other witnesses on the panel. I think he's on the right track, though, in his sense that impeachment is a drastic measure reserved for real national emergencies. And what you see here, Martha, is, for example, the failure to call John Bolton as a witness, the failure to subpoena John Bolton, who is widely believed as potentially the most important witness they could call. The fact that they did not even subpoena him. Why didn't they? They didn't because they thought it would take too much time to prevail to get him to testify because they'd have to go to court to enforce their subpoena. Well, that's what you would do if you were very serious. But if you're up against a timetable, and the timetable clearly is the upcoming election season, which is if you're dealing with something this grave, you'd think you'd take whatever steps you had to get the best evidence available, and that's not happening here. And it's not happening here because they don't want to carry it into the election year, where they think that it will tie down their senators who would like to be out running for president in Iowa and New Hampshire, and they also think that the closer you get to the election, the better the case becomes for letting the voters decide, then only a few months away. So I mean, this is there's something slightly unserious about the way this is being pursued, and I think it goes to the point that Jonathan is making, that this is the stuff of an oversight hearing, perhaps, but not the stuff of an impeachment.
Brit, thank you very much. We'll be watching along with you all morning tomorrow. Good to see you tonight. Thank you, Brit.
Thank you.